Hello guys, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are, good morning too. It's your boy Good Life, guys. Like I said previously, that I'll be bringing in back-to-back content for you guys to be able to learn how to analyze the market properly and also be able to trade any other currency pair properly, guys. And also know that this channel is basically for swing traders, and also you can also benefit from as a day trader, as a scalper. You can also benefit from my analysis. You can take this analysis and then try it on the lower time frames as per any trader you are. So now it's your boy Good Life, or you can call me David Big. Guys, right now I in my previous video I posted a video about US30. I did a breakdown of almost all the pairs that I trade for the year, what I'm going to be expecting for the year. So right now I'm going to be focusing on US30. This video is just for US30, and I'm not going to take you guys too long on this video. I'm going to make this video very brief but very impactful. So now let's dive into my screen, guys. And guys, don't forget that if you didn't check out the previous video, you can go back to my channel and check out the previous video. So now guys, don't forget to watch this video and then learn from it. There's going to be like one or two things that are going to take from this video, guys. So now let's dive into my screen. So now on my screen is US30, guys. Remember, guys, as a swing trader, as a day trader, or as a scalper, you always want to check the higher time frames for what is going on. So now we go to the monthly time frame. As a swing trader, I work with four basic time frames. I work with the monthly time frame for my overall direction, and as you can see right now on the monthly time frame on US30, price is just being very bullish. We are very bullish on price on the monthly time frame. So that's what I basically use the monthly time frame for, just to check the overall bias of price. Now we scale down to the weekly time frame, and the weekly time frame, I use the weekly time frame to do two things: to check the overall direction of price and also check if I can mark any major key levels. Now let me take out all these drawings. If I can mark any major key levels. So now the overall direction which we can see here is that price is still very bullish. So that is number one. Number two, we can see that in this bullish trend of price, we have price creating what they call highs and lows, highs, lows, highs, lows, highs, lows, highs, again lows, and price has created another high to come and sit on top of this previous high, guys, and price is getting ready to push to the upside. So now, since I've noted that, and guys, don't forget, in an uptrend, we have an uptrend divided into two. We have the higher highs and the higher lows. That is very sure. We have the higher highs and higher lows. But now, as a swing trader, a day trader, a scalper in the market, and you wake up to any chart, and first of all, you don't know exactly the direction price is going to, the first thing you have to do is you have to mark the highs of the recent, you have to mark the recent highs and the recent lows. So that's what we do on the weekly time frame. Now we are marking the recent highs and the recent lows. So now we are going to go to the daily time frame and then look more in depth in what is going on at this particular area of price. So now we're going to adjust it. We're going to adjust it. We bring it back down a little. We bring it back down a little. Guys, I am literally showing you guys how to trade US30 like a pro, guys. I'm showing you guys how to trade US30 like a pro. Now you can see that these zones that we have just marked now are the weekly time frame zones. These are major zones. These are major zones. Now, inside of this zone, we are going to be focusing inside of this zone, because right now we know that price is bullish, and as far as price stays inside of this zone, whatsoever we do is we are going to buy. Whatsoever is going to happen is a buy. So now we can clearly see that inside of this zone, price is creating series of highs and lows. This is the daily time frame. We mark them, we note them. Price created this high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. But now price could not break above this previous high to create what they call a higher high. Rather, price came back down to create what they call a lower high and now price has also not been able to create what they call a lower low. Now I'm showing you guys pure structure. Now for you to know that price has changed the overall trend is not when price breaks your trend line. For price to change the overall trend is not when price has broken the trend line, or not when price has just created a double top, and since you have seen a double top, you enter the trend and say, oh, price is going to sell. No. Now, how do you know that price is ready for a reversal? Let me say in an uptrend, price is creating a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. When price creates a higher low and fails to create new highs, that is number one. You have now noted that yes, price have failed to create a new high. That is number one. Number two thing you have to take into consideration, I use two things to know that price has changed the overall direction. Number one, when it can't create new highs, and number two, when it breaks the previous lower high, turning that lower high towards a lower low, a lower high, a lower low. When it breaks below the previous higher low. When it breaks below the previous higher low, that's this level. Turning, let me zoom in a little, turning this higher low to a lower low, creating what they call a lower low, a lower high, a lower low. There are some cases that you might feel that price has created a double top, failed to break above, and then you start selling, and end of the day, price just comes and bounce off here. Price just comes and bounce off there and decides bounce off there and decides to push back to the upside. So that's why you have to wait for price to break the neckline of that double top. It is very necessary for price to break the neckline of that double top for you to know that price is ready for a change of direction. Now let's check it in a downtrend instance. Now price created lower low, a lower high, lower low, a lower high, a lower low, now lower high. Now price fails to create what they call a lower low, rather create something like a double bottom, and then pushes above to break the neckline of that double bottom, which the neckline of that double bottom is here. Once price creates the double bottom, you wait for a neckline break. And this is the neckline. Once it breaks here with a candle close, there you are sure that price has reversed. But as far as price still stays inside of that zone, price has not reversed yet. Like what is going on here, price has still stayed inside of this zone. Price has still stayed inside of this zone. Price has refused to break out. Rather, price came, retested this zone, and rejected. That's now the first thing we noted on the weekly time frame, that we marked our weekly highs and our weekly lows. Now we come to the daily time frame and mark our weekly highs and our weekly lows, which is still telling us that price is bullish. Because why? Price has not broken below this low. And if price breaks below this low, yes, we know that price is going to sell, and we're going to sell inside of this zone. We're going to sell inside of this zone. As we are selling inside of this zone, we're going to be very careful, because price is still inside of the weekly highs and lows, which means that the trend that changed was just a temporary trend, but the overall trend hasn't changed. It's still bullish. But on the daily time frame is bearish, but on the weekly time frame is still bullish. That's if it breaks below this zone. But as far as it stays above this zone on the daily time frame, we are still looking for buys. Now let's go to the 4 hours time frame. Let's go down to the 4 hours time frame and see what's happening on the 4 hours time frame, guys. I want to drag your attention to something very, very crucial that is going. So now we adjust. Remember, guys, I keep my support and resistance on the candle close, and then I keep my trend lines on the wicks of the candle. So now this is the 4 hours time frame where I wait for candle close for me to enter a trade. Now you can clearly see that this is our daily high and this is our daily low, right? This is our daily high and our daily low, and we can see that price didn't break below this low for us to sell. Rather, price brought up this massive rejection. You can see it, guys. price rejected around there. You can see that price rejected around there, proving to us that this level is a very, very significant level. Price rejected around there. Not only rejected there, price did what? Price created what they call a double bottom. Price created what they call a double bottom. Now guys, when I saw this guy, remember what I told you about a reversal? When I saw this, I saw the double bottom. I didn't enter the trade. I didn't enter the trade. You must wait for the break of the neckline. And where is the neckline? This is the neckline. Let me use the zone. This is the neckline. This is the neckline of price. And you can see clearly that I waited for a candle close above that neckline, and price did not just break the neckline, it also broke the counter trend line. Remember guys, I always tell you that good life, which is me, David Bassi, I always use two confirmation for any entry that I use. Check all my previous trades. You see I use two confirmations. I use number one, a break of counter trend line. Let's apply our counter trend line. Let's apply that counter trend line. Now there you have it. That is our counter trend line. This is our counter trend line. We apply our counter trend line. Remember I told you on a trend line we use the wicks of the candle, but on our support and resistance we use the bodies of the candle. So now when I saw this double bottom form, I did not rush to take the trade, because it's how a double bottom can form and price still drops to the downside. I waited for the break of the neckline, which is this level, and it broke with this massive 4-hour candle. Remember guys, I use the 4-hour I use the 4 hours time frame to enter a trade. I look for the candle and enter a trade. And guys, I also want to bring your notice to something. Now price did not just create a double bottom and break the neckline. That is two confirmations. It created a double bottom, broke the neckline. That is showing that price is ready to change from this trend. Remember guys, a steep trend is liable to break faster than a massive trend. Now you can see this massive trend. You can see the way this trend move. It is very massive and very detailing. Higher highs, higher low, higher highs, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. But now you can look at this one right now. This particular downtrend, very steep. You can barely find the highs and the lows of this downtrend, this temporary downtrend, this retracement that happened. So now what did I see? I waited for, I knew that it was going to break so early. So now price broke the structure. That is number one confirmation. Number two, price broke our counter trend line. That is number two confirmation that US30 is going to buy. And number three, price created what they call a morning star candle. A morning star candle. Now come here. This is a morning star candle. Guys, excuse me. This is a morning star candle. This is a morning star candle. Now this candle you see here, this candle you are seeing here is a morning star candle, where you have a red candle, a doji, and a green candle. That is a morning star candle. The whole of this, how am I going to, okay, let me bring it down here. Yes, the whole of this, these three candles that I've seen me highlight, 1, 2, 3, a red candle, a doji, and a big bullish candle. That is a morning star candle, which is trying to tell you that price is going to shoot up. So now guys, we have three confirmations that US30 is going to buy on the 4 hours time frame. And actually, if it starts buying, this is how our entry is going to look like. So now for those of you that would love to enter this trade for the new week, this is where our stop loss is going to be. We adjust it down a little, and then we're going to take our level to this level. We're going to take our trade to this level. But now you can see that let's go to the weekly time frame. I want to show you guys something. I'm going to show you guys something. Now the original move of this candle, the original anticipated movement of this candle. Now if you apply your Fibonacci from here, swing high, swing low to swing high on an uptrend, and swing low to swing high in an uptrend, and swing high to swing low in a downtrend, guys. Now you can see that price, let me zoom in. You can see that price is currently sitting at the 50% mark, 0.5 and 0.6 mark, which I call it a golden zone. I call it a golden zone, guys. I call it a golden zone. And now here is the 100% retracement target. So now we're going to expect price to come to this level, and not just come to this level, we are also going to expect price to push also to this level. So now let's highlight there too. Let me highlight there. Let me put a level there. Let me put a level there. So now I've done that now. Now you can see now our first target for this trade. Let me remove the Fibonacci. Our first level target for this trade is going to be at the 100% retracement target. Then our second level for this trade is going to be at this level that the Fibonacci gave us. Let me zoom in a little so that you guys can see. Let me zoom in a little so that you guys can see. It's going to be at this level that the Fibonacci gave us. This level. Our 400% retracement target is at level 48,833, and our second level target is going to be at level 49,197. So if you are interested, you put that down, and then our stop loss is going to be at level 48,200, level 48,023, level 48,023. So that's how it's going to be. So now that is it on US30, guys. Remember, we use the monthly time frame for the overall buyers. The monthly time frame for the overall buyers. The weekly time frame, we mark the weekly highs and the weekly low. So now the daily time frame, we also mark the daily high, which is here, and we mark the daily low, which is here. And as far as prices stays inside of that box, we are doing well. We are still bullish. And now we can see that price on the 4 hours broke our counter trend line, broke our structure with a double bottom, and then broke with this neckline. If you use the line chart, it's very, very clear. A sweet W pattern, very, very juicy W pattern. It broke it, and then it broke it with that W part, with that double bottom, and then it broke the neckline. That's telling you that it has changed the structure. And also price created what they call a morning star candle. Yes, you can go and check your candlestick Bible. Created what they call a morning star Bible. So now that is it for US30, guys. That is it for US30, and a very, very good analysis on US30. So I am buying US30. So now, guys, you can join me on that one, and don't forget, guys, to trade responsibly. So now, guys, tune into my channel. You can learn something from this analysis, whether you're a day trader, whether you're a scalper, or whether you are a swing trader or a position trader. You can learn at least something from this analysis. This is a clear-cut analysis, and guys, do well to watch it and learn from it. And then, guys, don't forget that I am Good Life. The name of the brand is Good Life, and my real name is David B. If you want to contact me, just drop a comment, and then I'll come to your ends. If you are a good trader, if you are a pro trader, if you are a beginner, if you are an amateur trader, just tune into the channel and you are going to learn a whole lot.